there's like this whole chain, and any point you decide to stop in the chain of causality in terms of the events and factors that led up to something is in some ways arbitrary. And this is what can get you to determinism, is if you account for all the factors that led up to a particular thing, it's like where in that point do you leave room for the ability to make a decision or have free will? Once you start incorporating enough factors, it's like, well, given all of this that happened before, is that inevitable? Or is there some element that's still, left up to your own will at that point?
So two things: art imitates life, and RPG video games.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going somewhere with this. So in an RPG video game, I think a lot of people have played those. There are moments where you get to make decisions about your quest in the story. And, and I think that's a real imitation of what life is. There are certain moments where you get to make very key decisions, but everything that kind of happens in between is almost like an automated program. Like once you decide to drink 10 beers, for example, you automatically kind of set in motion that aspect of more inhibition, more likely to make impulsive decisions, less likely to make responsible decisions, like in car and driving. So I think if you were to weight the causality in that context again, it's like, back to the RPG thing, it's like, you can almost think about, it's pragmatic, I think, to think about that in terms of, that is the ultimate decision, is do you even choose to drink?
But are you saying once you make that decision, you become somewhat of an NPC in the game analogy there, or do you still retain your free will in that situation?
Well, I think you don't become an NPC. You do still have some aspect of will that's there. I don't know how free it is because it's been compromised by an external force, so to speak. And maybe that's something we can talk about, is like, the limitations of freedom kind of being like, is there an external force preventing you from moving? Like, for example, if you have like a severed spinal cord, your muscles have the ability to move your legs, but the signal can't get there.
Right.